Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another quick lesson. This is going to be chapter 1, lesson 4, CDL testing process. We're going to go over the steps and the test that you got to take in order to get your CDL. The first step, you got to get your CDL learner's permit, called also known as a CLP. That is the service that I offer, mycdlprep.com. Currently, we're offering 50 accounts. There's 40 of them left for free. The first 50 people who sign up get their accounts for free, no charge or any gimmicks or anything. There's no catch. You get all your practice questions that you need for your test, and it gets you ready. So first you got to pass the written exam, study the CDL manual, and practice with a licensed CDL driver. When you use the classes I give in our study group, you learn everything you need to know to pass your written exam, and you're also learning about your pre-trip and other good tips and tricks you should know for your driving test. Written tests include the general knowledge, the air brakes, and the combination vehicles. And you also got a training requirement. Training is required under Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration regulations. You must complete approved training. It must cover safety and vehicle operation. Approved training helps prepare you for both the skills tests and safe driving on the road. Now, this you get to find this out when you start looking for schools. I believe when I did mine, it was 150, 160 hours the requirement. You got to take of actual training either in a school or with a trainer on the road. There's different regulations per your state. Please look them up, as every state has different requirements and regulations. Step 3 is your skills test. This is where you learn your pre-trip inspection. You get to learn it with me also if you want on mycdlprep.com. I'm making an interactive pre-trip inspection tool you could use to practice your pre-trip. I know what you gotta say and do when you're being tested live with an inspector. You got to inspect the vehicle for safety issues. And then you got your basic control skills, backing, parking, and turning. This is usually done like in a course at your local school or your testing facility at the DMV for commercial vehicles. Now, this is really hard. I remember when I did at the beginning, when you start driving or learning, you get to be backing, doing this in the school parking lot. There's literally light poles and a bunch of cameras to make sure they watch you because they don't want you hitting anything. They want to make sure you can pass this before you get on the road. So you got to show the examiner that you can inspect and control the vehicle safely when you do these skills tests. So that includes a pre-trip inspection and the basic controls of the commercial vehicle. And then the last part is going to be your road test, and then you receive your CDL. So the road test is driving real traffic conditions. You're going to show safe driving habits. And then the last step, you're going to receive your CDL. So you got to prepare today and driver confidence. I do want to share, when I got my CDL, I failed the driving part the first time because they claim, well, it's true after I think about it, they say I held up traffic. So the issue was the school entrance at the end of the whole test. The school entrance, it's on a main road, like with 46 lanes of traffic, if I could remember correctly. And with those 4 to 6 lanes of traffic, I waited and waited and waited, and I got frustrated because there was no light or nothing to get into the school or stop sign. You had to sit there and wait. And because I thought the gap was large enough, apparently I held up traffic or I made traffic slow down or stop. And because of that, they failed me on the entire driving part of the test. So always remember, don't rush, be patient. And one of the issues was the examiner kept making noises like he was irritated because I was taking long with the traffic, but because of that, it kind of pushed me, it made me nervous. So remember, don't let your nerves get to you. Take your time, do things as you're trained when you're taking your driving test. Let's see here, the last one. So the key takeaway, most students fail due to poor preparation, practice, inspections, and backing maneuvers. Preparation makes a difference on test day. So like I said, practice everything you learn. My program is real good. It's in modern future language. It's all like ChatGPT style with the little icons and everything. That's basically the future. And it's updated every single week. I add new things or change things. I want it to be up to date. So remember, visit mycdlprep.com. Please follow, like, and subscribe if you're on YouTube.